All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, many northern elites and politicians are now clearly working towards ensuring that Tinubu does not return to office in 2027. As a matter of fact, Senator Shehu Sani came out a few hours ago to say that the plot by northern politicians to unseat Tinubu in 2027 will affect the unity of this country. And Nigerians for the first time insulted Shehu Sani for uttering such foolishness. And the major reason northern politicians want Tinubu out is because of his seeming resolve towards dividing Nigeria into regions, this regional government issue. They started getting angry with him when he began moving some major offices to Lagos. And now they have come out clean with the draft of the regional government bill, and they believe strongly that it is coming from him. So the northern politicians are angry and they are trying to unseat him in 2027. And about 2 weeks ago, the regional government talk seemed to be at the center stage, but after the draft of the bill was sent to Tinubu, the matter seemed to have calmed down, because Tinubu is yet to forward the bill to National Assembly for deliberation. But few hours ago, S.WEST governors did something that brought the regional government discussion back to fore. The 6 governors of the S.WEST states, Lagos, Ogun, Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, and Oyo State, had a meeting, and the decision they took at that meeting shows that the regional government matter is more serious than most of us think. Before I show you what they did and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video by Osaroge, the journalist from News Central TV, responding to those who say Tinubu has done his best, but Nigeria seems to be defying logic. See the video.
But the question is, how can you fight corruption with an ailing justice system? How do you fight corruption when there are personalities that are bigger than the institutions? How do you claim to fight corruption when you can't boast of transparency and accountability within your own government, or transparency in the procurement process of your own government? A government that swims in nepotism cannot claim to be fighting corruption. A government where the legislative, executive, and judiciary refuse to keep each other in check. They are all siblings. They can't claim to be fighting corruption. And these are the simple truths about Nigeria that make me say again that Nigeria doesn't defy logic. We have just refused to be honest. We claim to want to improve crude oil production, to meet our OPEC quota, and then earn more and fund our budget. But at the same time, we hear every day about how Nigeria's crude is being stolen. Almost every week or every quarter, there's a news story. And that is the true picture of things. From one newspaper to the other. Look at this one. 80% of Nigeria's crude stolen. Just look at this one. It says the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, stated in 2023 that the country lost 400,000 barrels per day to theft. A former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timothy Silva, said Nigeria lost at least 700,000 barrels per day to thieves in 2022. It is mind-boggling. But this is the true picture of things. That we want increased production of crude oil. We know that it is getting stolen. And every year we continue to make projections on how our budget, should work with these projections. And then we fail to meet those projections because of the same theft of crude oil. And yet these ghosts continue to steal the same crude oil. So the Nigerian government, of course, must be asked at some point, when are we going to end the theft? And who is being dishonest when you project 1.7 million barrels per day, knowing that we wouldn't meet that target? And yet we do absolutely almost nothing to end the theft of crude. And then we go and borrow money to fund the budget.
You heard that. Nigeria does not defy logic. We are just not being honest. A government that swims in nepotism cannot claim that they want to do the right thing or fight corruption. A government where the 3 arms of government refuse to check one another. Akpabio, Tinubu, and Abbas are working hand in hand. They have destroyed the essence of democracy. How will you fight corruption when you are corruption yourself? And he spoke about oil theft, which we all know is sponsored by politicians at the top. because all those heavy vessels, all those heavy stealing of our crude cannot be going on without the people at the top knowing about it. It's impossible. Peter Obi during the campaign gave us a breakdown of oil theft in Nigeria, and many said it was an exaggeration because what they are stealing is actually more than what we are consuming. Today, all the media houses in Nigeria are reporting oil theft in about the same volume that Obi talked about during the campaign. What a man, Peter Obi. And I'm thankful for voices like Rufai Oseni and Osaroge here. More honest journalists will spring up in the coming months. The media revolution will be in full gear. Even Seun Okinbaloye is gradually waking up. We will eventually have to take it from the ballots to the streets if we must take our country back. Now, let us look at that meeting held by the 6 governors of the Southwest, where they took that decision that got Nigerians talking. Look at how the papers reported it. Knox, kudos, as Southwest governors adopt Anthem for the region. The 6 governors of the Southwest states of Nigeria, under the auspices of the Southwest Governors Forum, met in Lagos, where they discussed issues about the development of their region. Governors Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lagos, Lucky Ayedatiwa, Ondo, Dapo Abiodun, Ogun, Seyi Makinde, Oyo, Ademola Adeleke, Osun, and Biodun Oyebanji, Ekiti, attended the meeting. At the meeting, the governors unanimously and officially adopted the Wa Fun Ile, Wa song as the Yoruba anthem. The adoption of the new Yoruba anthem has continued to generate reactions from stakeholders in the region. While some see it as misplaced priority, others see it as a good step towards the realization of the regional government, which the Southwest has been in the forefront of. You heard that. They adopted the old Western region anthem. Who else sees Tinubu's handwriting all over this move? If you recall, some protesters, in fact, not some, very many protesters about 2 months ago, shut down the state secretariat in Oyo State, saying they wanted Oodua Nation. They were arrested and released 2 days later. No prosecution, no charge for treason, nothing. Few weeks later, a huge crowd did a walk in Ogun State, parading Oodua flag. Then they went to a local TV station and declared Oodua Nation. No arrest, no prosecution. Does this not tell you that these guys have a strong force backing them? They live right there in the state and they are doing all this. They are not running away. They are not going abroad. Nothing. And nothing is happening to them. Weeks after that action, the draft of the regional government bill was released to the media, to check out the reaction of the people. And most Nigerians supported it. And if you read the draft very well, you will see the touch of intellectuals in the class of Raji Fashola on it. And about a week after the draft was sent to Tinubu, Southwest governors have now gathered to adopt the old Western region anthem. What does this tell you? To me, this means that the Southwest politicians are serious about this regional government matter. And I think it is time for Southeast and South-South governors and politicians to begin showing some interest. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions to that update. This tweet here by AHE says, "From colonial national anthem to regional anthem, I smell disintegration in the air. Buckle up, people, because Nigeria is headed the way of the Soviet Union." That is what I'm seeing too. And Olusegun here says, "Nothing wrong in that, because we are all eventually going our separate ways. The union does not seem to be working. Too many disparities, so much selfishness, so much bias on religion, so much dishonesty, so much fraud and inequality. Only the North doesn't want to quit." And I know why. Because they are enjoying the loot. And the ones who are not enjoying the loot, who are poor and suffering, the level of illiteracy and their ignorance will not even allow them to even vote for or against disintegration. Those ones don't know anything. And I've been saying it, I am for a working Nigeria, but if it will not work, then let us disintegrate. The only thing I want more than regional government is a Peter Obi presidency. And this tweet here says, Oduduwa Republic being prepared in earnest. Amotekun ready. Anthem ready. Air and sea port ready. Set to go. The only region alarmed and in trepidation of development is the North, who fears disappearance of the revenue gotten from decadent and immoral activities in the South. Wow, this is deep. And this tweet by Comrade for New Nigeria says, is that a priority? People are dying of hunger, starvation, and poverty. He's disagreeing there. And Nonilum here says, something we the Eagles have been praying for. Nigeria disintegrating gradually. Well, if it's not going to work, then why not? Why not disintegrate it? They've been saying end Nigeria to save lives. And this tweet by Onion says, let us separate for peace to reign. If that is what will make peace reign, then regional government it is. And this tweet by Olufash says, is that the urgent need of the Southwest people? Please do something about the hunger in the land. Anthem cannot replace hunger or high cost of living. Olufash is concerned about the abject level of poverty in the Southwest. But Olufash, all these things are caused by the failure of governance. It was not like this when we were running regional government. This current system has totally failed. There's no disputing that. And I believe that Nigeria will be a much better place when it disintegrates, into region and governance actually comes closer to the people. And like I said, the only thing that I'll pick over regional government is a Peter Obi presidency. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away.